Hey guys, Marshall from Limited Resources, and we are doing, well, what is this? What do we have here? Well, we've got Shadowmoor Eventide Draft. So let's see what we've opened here. What is this? Kragenwick Cremator, 5/4 for 4. When you're about to discard a card at random, if you discard a creature this way, it deals damage. Wow, that seems actually kind of sweet. Torn of Souls is good. I remember that. Ashmore Gouger is really sweet. That's not good. Yeah, that was decent. Sorry, I'm going kind of quickly here because I haven't drafted this format in forever. Though it is the first format that I attempted to draft, so that was kind of cool. So I have to discard a card at random when I play this monstrous 5/4, but if I discard a creature, I get to nug my opponent for some amount of damage, or I can just take Ashmore Gouger, which is just massive. I don't know how good this card is. It's been so long, and I don't think I've ever played that card. Seems good, though. I guess I'll just take it. River Scraps, no. Ooh, Murderous Redcap. That one's good. I know that. And Puncture Bolt, too. Jeez, these are both really good cards. What else is here? Scuzzback Scrapper, no. This one's good. Gloomlance is search target creature for 5. If it was white, that control. So that's really good too. Yeah, there's some sweet stuff, but I'm going to take Redcap. I just remember that card being amazing. Spite Flame Witch. Each player loses 1 life. Well, that seems pretty good. Presence of God. I remember some combos with that. That was kind of sweet. Scar. Scar does stuff. I remember that. See, so we're right now red. We could be red-blue. I could take Briarberry Cohort, and we could go into that. What the opponent control and untapped creatures you control? Nah, that one didn't seem that great, I don't think. That's decent. So I think I want to take... This is a little boring. This is just kind of a hill giant. I think I want to take Scar or Cohort here. If I take Cohort, we're kind of moving over into blue for no really great reason. Like, I haven't really decided that that's what I want to do. So maybe I just take Scar and keep it kind of simple here. This guy actually does seem really aggressive too, though. And kind of cool. Well, I'll take this thing. I don't know. I never played it, so we're going to do it. Slinking Giant. It becomes a 1/4 with Wither. That actually seems fine. What's wrong with that? Embergale, we saw that. Glamour Spinners is good. There's another Scar. Oh, man, this card's really good. Silkbind Fairy. I remember this one. It's a tapper. Maybe we are just blue-red here. That would make this pick a little worse, but actually just like a lot worse. This guy seems kind of sweet, though. Kind of slow. Maybe it's not that great. I'm going to take this fairy, I think. I'm going to take that one over this one. All right, what do we have? Well, we've got a Gravelgill Axe Shark. That's a solid card. I remember that. This guy's a pain for your opponent. He's really sweet. This is the green-white one. Vigilance and Wither. And this is the black-red one. Persist. Persist on a 5/3. And Haste is pretty decent, but 6 is a lot. Steel of the Godhead, I remember being really good. Gets, I think, lifelink and flying? No, unblockable, even better. Oh, that guy's pretty sweet, too. I remember him being kind of risky, but ultimately pretty good. Wimwaiter, whatever. That thing's whatever. I still don't know. I guess I'm going to take this guy. I think this guy's kind of sweet. Oh, that's kind of cool, too. I took the Butcher, though. Another Scar. Man, we can have a lot of Scars here. Sinking Feeling doesn't untap. That they can start to undo that if they want. Corrupt can be good, but I don't know that we're going to be that deep into black. Arsonist is blah. Yeah, I was going to take this Scar here. We've passed a bunch of them, but I think it's a good card. Yeah, I don't really remember the ins and outs of this format. That when I played it, only played it a few times. I didn't draft that much back then, and it's as often as I do now. And I remember learning about it. I'm going to take this Glamour Spinners here. And I don't think I learned a lot about the format itself. I mean, I knew some of the cards and I got some ideas, but I was very much just learning how to draft, like how a draft went, like, you know, oh, I pick a card and then it should be the same colors as the other, and like what a curve was, and, you know, real basic stuff. So the format itself eludes me. The first format that I remember putting any reasonable amount of thought into was Shards of Alara, which was after this. And even then, I was still pretty green, you know, but this one definitely missed me a bit. Let's see, tapping, yeah, Rune Halo's kind of sweet. Doesn't look like it's going to go in here, though. Not much here. Which one is this? The red-green one. Whoa. Yeah, that's just awful. All right, I'm just going to rare draft this thing because I don't think there's anything for us there. So this Wave Breakers can become a 3/3 flying with sort of vigilance. We can draw some cards. We can make stuff not be able to block, or we can just keep a real simple one. This untaps a creature and draws a card. It also becomes blue. We'll take that. All right, Ghastly Discovery. Draw 2 cards and discard a card, but we can conspire it. Chainbreaker removes stuff. That doesn't matter. Put away. No. Morsel Hoarder was sweet, but I don't think it's what we want to do. And if we cast it, if blue was spent, return up to 1 creature. So if black was spent, that player reveals their hand, and then so you can get them, like Lobotomize or whatever, but we're probably not going to be spending black on it very often. Sure, we'll take this thing, even though it's not very good. Thought with Gambit knows. Ritual. Oh, wow. So we run very well, apparently. So Wave Breakers are another Wisp, sure, just in case. If we see the mirror, I can use a Whim Waiter. I guess so. I'm going to hide it for now, though. Take this Ritual. Take this Blistering Dyflin. Yeah, no, that's not very good. All right. So it's coming around. I honestly am not sure if blue-red is great. I remember in Triple Eventide it was pretty sweet. All right, there's a Fracturing Gust. Is that worth any tickets? I always have to check these things because I want to make sure that I'm not passing something. Yeah, it's worth 3 tickets, so that's a consideration. Let's see what else we get here, though. Nothing down here. Scuzzback Marauders is just okay. Another Butcher, that's fine. You really want something to pump that guy up, though, but he's pretty cool. Power of Fire. Enchanted creature gets pinging ability. That's quite good. Yeah, I don't know. I could just pass the Fracturing Gust. It's worth 3 ticks, which is kind of borderline for me, but when I do the videos, I'm not quite as worried about it. I like Power of Fire. What does this guy do again? He's a 2/2 for 3, and he pumps. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, sure. I'll take Power of Fire. It's sweet with stuff like this. Tattermunge Witch. No. Oh, yeah, and I got to hide this other guy because you, unfortunately, are not going to make the cut, I don't think. Torpor Dust. Flash. Enchant creature. Enchant. No, not quite good enough. Giant Baiting, I remember that. We could play this guy, but he's not great either. Which one is this? This is the white-blue one, and this is the green-white one again. All right, so none of these cards are really great. Dramatic Entrance, you may put a green creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Unfortunately, not really what we're looking at here. Unfortunately, none of this stuff is. I'll just take this one. Maybe we'll run it. As you cast a spell, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control that share a color, so 2 red copy. So we can make 2 4/4 hasters. That's reasonable, I guess. But we have to have red creatures down to do that. Oh man, another great pack. Man, these packs are just insane when they get that way. There's a Boggart Ram game, which is triple red in our deck, but just an amazing creature. And there's also another Puncture Bolt, which we had to pass before, but it's really is one of the better cards around. That's super annoying. I think I'm going to take the Ram Gang here. It's kind of hard to cast in our deck, but not too bad. Yeah, I'm just going to take it. I just can't pass that card. It's so sweet. All right, what do we have now? Well, there's that Gloom Lance, which is kind of annoying that it's there. Morsel Hoarder is interesting. It's a 6/4, but it comes down as a 4/2, but you can just remove counters to add mana to your mana pool, and it's any color too. So it's a 6/4 for 6 that gives you 2 of the mana back, which is kind of nice. I remember this guy. He was sweet. This card, not sweet. Very meh. I guess we'll take this Morsel Hoarder over the second Wave Breakers. This is the blue-black. I know, we don't want that one. All right, Flow of Ideas. Ooh, Biting Tether. Oh, man, that card is sweet. It's mind control, but it starts eating away at the guy, but still, like, you just get to steal their dude and then use him for a while until he's dead. So I'm windmilling that. That is awesome. Moonring Island. What do you do? Look at the top card of target player's library. Activate this. Oh, you just get to look? No, thanks. So Gravelgill Axe Shark or Barrington Crag Treads can't be blocked by red creatures. Probably just want the 2 double blue here, though. I found this guy quite good. Which one is this? Black, red, green, white again. Yeah, I'm just going to take the 4 this time. Even if it is kind of hard to cast in our deck. Spell Siphon counters plays 1 for each blue permanent you control. We have a few, but that's probably still not very good. Wither must be blocked. If it had haste, that would be really sweet. There's a Fairy Macabre. Torpor Dust. Well, I guess we're taking a Torpor Dust then. Guardian, Wanderblind. What does this one do? It makes it so something can't fly. Yeah, no, that's not very good. That one was good. That was the best of those wisps, if I remember correctly. Farhaven Elf is sweet too, but it looks like we just got this or this. And I'm just going to take another creature here. Disturbing Plot. Watchwing is white-blue, red-green, another Spell Siphon, another Wisps. Yeah, whatever. None of these are particularly good. Guess we'll take this blue-white one. What does it get? Flying, a Vigilance white. So in our deck, it could be a 2/4 flying for 4, which isn't too bad. Advice from the Fae. Turn to Mist I like a lot. Oh, I gotta hide this. I like it better than a Loam Dragger Giant or a Put Away. Turn to Mist. Return that exile target creature. Return that creature to the battlefield. You can do this on their end step, and then it doesn't come back, like it's just gone until the beginning of the next end step. Right? Yeah, beginning of the next end step. So like, if you do it on their end step, then the creature's just gone for all of your turn. Like the whole combat and everything, it's just gone. Plus, sometimes people play, whatever, auras and stuff, and you can just get them. I still don't want this, so I'll just take another one of these. But I think we're probably just going to be playing 1 or 0. We do have this Power of Fire, so anything that has something untap is a little bit better, but it's still not that great. I don't know how good this deck is. It's probably not that great. Our mana is pretty sketchy. Nothing like triple red into 2 double blue. Take that. Super stoked we got this, though. Oh, man, that card's sweet. What does this do? Nope. Can sometimes get people with this, though it's kind of rough. This thing's kind of a nightmare in combat, but it can also just be ignored. They just don't have to block it. They just take 1. Might be able to get somebody with this and this, actually. All right, what do we get? Pyrrhic Revival. Returns each creature card from his or her graveyard to the battlefield with a counter on it. This is like some EDH staple or something that I don't know about. No, it's worth 10 cents. All right, so let's take a look at what else we've got. Well, we've got a Shrewd Hatchling, which is already sweet. Yeah, that's probably going to be what we pick, but I do need to look because I remember that card being really good. All right, well, there's also a Noggle Bandit. I remember that card being very, very good as well. It's basically unblockable. Unfortunately, there's 2 Mimics, but not one in our colors. I mean, they're in our colors, but they're not going to ever get activated. I'm going to click this thing for now. What is this one again? Wilderness Hypnotist, a 1/3 for 4, target red or green creature. Yeah, that's not very good. Yeah, all right, Shrewd Hatchling it is. Praying that we wheel the Noggle Bandit, but that one is sweet. All right, Overbeing of Myth. Power toughness each one of the creatures in your hand, and you get to draw an extra card. So it's big, and you get to draw extra cards from it, and it's kind of bomby, but it is 5 blue mana. And we do have a few double reds and triple reds here, so actually casting that's probably not that relevant. Enters the battlefield, each player draws 2 cards and discards card at random, so that's not really that great. Flame Jab is pretty sweet, though. That's one that we definitely want. Hothead Giant is 4/4 for haste. Enters by... Yeah, it's not that good. Snake Form is a card I really like a lot. I just don't know if we can get away with this. This could be the last card that we play, and we'd be pretty happy with it, but 5 blue is rough. Morsel Hoarder could help, though. What are we giving up here? We're probably giving up like a Snake Form or a Flame Jab, which are both pretty good cards. Yeah, I'll take it anyway. You only live once, right? Talon Rend gets bigger. Cash Raiders is a 4/4, and you have to bounce stuff on your upkeep, which can be good or it can be bad. Bridge Breaker, I remember this guy. Yeah, that guy's good. 4/3 for 4. You do have to bounce a land so it can kind of set you back. Oh, this is really good too, though. Man, you can get multiple creatures with that, and that's almost always good. Luna's Grace is fine too. This is sweet. All right, so do I want Bridge Breaker or a Fire at Will? Bridge Breaker's in our colors. It's another 4-drop, though. We don't really need another 4-drop. We might even wheel it. It's possible. This card seems good, too, though. All right, Fire at Will it is. This is red. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Inside Out, no. No. There's a Noggle Bandit. That's awesome. All right, get in there. Any more of those are more than welcome. Flash Persist is okay on that guy, but I think I'm just going to take a Flame Jab here. This thing can do a lot of work for you. I think we're going to be running 18 lands anyway. Quill Spike. I remember that card. Oh, memories. This is fun. I wish I was better at this, though. Yeah, another Fire at Will. Sure. All triple red. So our mana is going to be beyond horrific here, but we'll do the best we can here. All right, so there's another Bridge Breaker. There's also this guy. You can destroy an artifact. Unfortunately, I don't think that that's quite worth it here. And I think I'm just going to take this Bridge Breaker instead. Yeah, I'm just going to take that guy. Can we be mono blue? We'd have to cut like Murderous, Red Cap, Fire at Wills. No, we can't be mono blue. Really, the only thing that's like truly awful mana-wise is this guy. Otherwise, I mean, like we need triple red and stuff like that, and so it's not pretty. But like our blue's not really the worst, and it's not like this is like a key card in the deck or anything. We can cut that, and we can cut this very easily. That makes it a lot better. I mean, these are all red. These are all just red. Red, 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 red. A little bit of blue. Oh, wait, we're not playing that either. Hide that one. Get out of here. Blue, blue. This guy's not that great. This card's good, but doesn't have to come down on turn 2. Yeah, we're really heavy blue, it looks like. We're actually just like a little bit of red. Nuclevi, Double Cleave. Ooh, Cloud of the Dominus. Nuclevi, what do you get? You get a red sorcery or a blue instant, is that right? Yeah, blue instant, which we don't. Getting these back isn't really good. It's a 4/4 for 6 and its value, but not super stoked on it. I think I'm just going to take this Cloud of the Dominus because that thing can just lead to a beating. I remember when it was triple Eventide. This is one thing I definitely remember. I played this on this all the time. Unblockable. Shroud. 4/4 haste. Like, the thing is just stupid. Like, that's a nice turn 4 play right there. If you can sneak it in under removal, they basically have to just try to race you at that point, and it's really tough for them to do. Favor the Overbeam, no. Antler Skulkin, no. This one's not the worst, but I don't really want it. I don't think I want any of these, so I'm probably just going to cut this Sense Enlistment because I remember that being pretty decent. We've got some cuts to make, too. We might even be able to take this in a different direction. All right, well, here's a Noggle Ransacker, but I really was hoping we'd get that Bandit back, but I guess that was probably a little bit ambitious. Inside Out. Switch target, pick your draw a card. Probably not worth it. Una's Grace. Okay, we're good on creatures, so we don't need them. But these are actually fine too. Maybe I just take a Talonrend here. Cash Raiders. Una's Grace. Yeah, I'll take this guy, sure. And a Groundling Pouncer. I remember this guy. You can pay him. You can pay to make him significantly better, but you can see the second clause on the second ability there is that only if your opponent has a creature with flying. But he's a 2/1 for 2, which is like not that bad either. I guess I waited a little too long there. Whatever. And we'll take this one. I don't think we're going to play it, though. And there's another one. All right. Well, let's see what we ended up with here. If we can push this towards mono blue with just a little bit of red, that would be best. If we can push it towards just one color or the other, that would be nice. But I don't think we're going to be able to get away from this entirely. The Fire at Wills and the Boggart Ram Gangs are going to kind of muck things up. But let's see what happens. So some Wisps. Cohort. Don't think I want that. Tether. Probably one of the Wave Breakers. Talonrend seems fine here. Those aren't very good. This is our first pick. Remember this guy? 2 for 1's you, but for a huge dude. Power of Fire, Butcher, Jab. I don't know if the Butcher's for sure in, but I'm going to put it in for now. Don't know about that one either. This one's not very good that I remember. And then these are like totally playable. I'm going to put this guy over here too. Scar. No, you can't make the cut. Yes, you're in. Hatchling. And then that leaves these, this, that. Something like that. This isn't too bad because it's everything's kind of cheap. We have some cycling going on here, which is nice. I think we could probably just go to 18 lands with this deck, to be honest. Got a lot of removal here. I don't know if we need both Fire at Wills here. Ram Game, Fairy, and then we kind of start hitting our stride here where we start really casting a bunch of big fat creatures and actually being able to kill our opponent. And then this part we just sort of kill stuff and, like Scar plus Flame Jab is good. I do think that I want to go to 18 lands here, though. I really don't want to miss land drops with this deck because we have plenty of stuff to do with our mana. Again, Power of Fire on a Silkbind Fairy or something, you can tap it to do a damage, pay 1 and a blue, untap it, do a damage, and you can just kind of keep doing that. So like if you get up to 4 mana, you can just start lightning bolting stuff. That's pretty sweet. First one's free. So yeah, that's a good one. We want to be able to do that. And then we've got this Marrow Wave Breakers that has the exact same combo. Maybe even worth it to put in a second Wave Breakers over this Talonrend. But I think this guy, I don't remember for sure, but I remember it hitting really hard and it seems like it would. So what do I want to cut here? I mean, probably can cut this guy. Like, he's certainly not that impressive. This brings us down to 12 creatures, which is a little low. But again, actually, I could probably cut Cloud of the Dominus. I don't know if our deck is really well set up for that anyway. Morsel Hoarder, are you needed? Like, do I just put in the Marrow Wave Breakers, the second Wave Breakers over the Morsel Hoarder? I could bring in this Overbeam of Myth and have it and attempt to make it like our late game plan as well. That seems pretty reasonable to me. Something like that. Let's go by color, which isn't going to tell us a lot, but it will tell us something. All right, so this is blue, mono red. This is either. These are basically colorless in our deck. These fire at wills are brutally awkward, but as you can see, we are actually fairly well split. So this Overbeam of Myth is pretty ambitious. But it is a great late game play. Like, it looks like our deck is going to be able to stay alive for quite a while, and it's nice to be able to drop this thing and just start reloading later. So I think I'm going to go for it. If I draw it and it just seems completely awful at all times, then I have no problem just pulling it. Poor Magic Online. All right. Well, our mana is garbage, but our spells are pretty sweet, and I think we can make it work pretty decently. Again, we do have enough ways to kind of get through the deck, and we're going to be running 18 lands as well. So I think I'm trying to figure out what this last line. It might just be both, because we have 3 triple reds here, but then like late in the game we'll want blue, but we don't really need that much. The only really heavy blue requirement is for this guy. Like, if we take him out, what does our mana situation look like? Let's say we just put in this. Then we have triple red, and, well, that is a double blue that I just put in. So let's say we put in this. Or something like that. Whatever. I mean, I can pick, maybe I'll put this back in or whatever. But basically just something that isn't triple or double mana symbol here. It does make our mana look a lot better. This is too many 5s, so we'd have to cut this. But, you know, we could put in Ghastly Discovery over Second Wave Breaker, for example. Something like that. This is probably just better. Yeah, I'm going to do this. And then what I'll do is, if I feel like the game's going to go super long, I'll adjust a little and bring in this guy. But if not, then I don't think I'll need to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. Okay, so we'll add another mountain. Okay, let's give this a shot. This looks like it could get there. I'm not really sure, though, because I haven't played this in forever. So we'll find out in a minute.